My name is Flash Isaac, and I'm a teacher from the future. When I was much younger, I saw thousands and thousands of people fail Jamb and unable to gain admission. This made me travel in time. Now I am back with a Flashlearners Jamb app and a series on YouTube tagged 120 Days to Jamb. My mission is to help you blast Jamb and as well get justice for everyone who Jamb has served breakfast. This is episode number 26 of the 120 Days to Jamb Economics with Flash Isaac. In this episode, we shall be answering questions under the theory of demand and elasticity of demand. And this is the last episode that shall focus on the theory of demand and the elasticity of demand. It has been an interesting ride so far, I guess. Now let's see the question before us. It says, a change in demand for a normal good implies that there is a dash. A change in demand for a normal good implies that there is dash. Now, there are many options. When it comes to change in demand, I told you that quantity shouldn't even come at all. So option D is out of it because they mentioned quantity. Now, I also told you that when it comes to change in demand, quantity should not come to play. And quantity demanded or change in quantity demanded goes with movement. Change in quantity demanded goes with movement along demand curve. They are the same thing. So that makes option B out of it also, since it talks about movement along the curve. B and D are features of change in quantity demanded and not change in demand. So we have option A and option C to play with. Actually, when we deal with change in demand, we are talking about shift in demand. Change in demand speaks of shift in demand, and that makes option A the correct option. Straight up, no time. And in the next question, it says that a fall in the price of ostentatious goods will dash. Now listen to the options carefully. A fall in the price of ostentatious goods will A. Increase the quantity demanded. B. Decrease the quantity demanded. C. Decrease demand. And D. Increase demand. First of all, when we hear price, increase in demand or decrease in demand should not come to place. It should not come to play at all, because price only has to do with quantity demanded, not demand itself. That being said, what is an ostentatious good? Ostentatious goods are luxury goods, or you can call them superior goods. Yes. Now, for luxury goods, a fall in price will lead to decrease in demand. Lamborghini is an example of ostentatious goods. Latest iPhone is an example of ostentatious goods. Now, people buy all those things to show class, to show that they are big boy. By the time Lamborghini goes to 1 million naira, Venza is even more expensive than Lamborghini. Then Corolla is more expensive than Lamborghini. All these celebrities who have, they will give it up. They won't even be using it. They won't use it to brag, because how can you be using a car that is not even expensive to brag? Or iPhone is not the same price as all these Infinix and Techno and iTech. All the celeb, all the big boys, all the show-off people, they will go and hide their phones, because my phone is the same price as your own. So why are you showing off for me? Which means for these luxury items, for these ostentatious goods, as price drop, the demand will drop straight up. And as price increase, the demand will increase. So all these, they follow the abnormal demand curve, which slopes upward from left to right. Option B is the correct option. For an inferior good, a decrease in real income leads to dash. Listen to the question and the options. For an inferior good, a decrease in income leads to dash. A. An outward shift of the demand curve. B. An inward shift of the demand curve. C. A load equilibrium price. And D. A change in quantity demanded. Inferior goods are goods that people move away from as their income increases. I use example of itel, low quality phones, example of okrika, bendan select. Now people buy most of all those things because of low income. Or TV, black and white TV, or LED TV. Those are inferior form of TV. By the time your income increase, for TV, you see your house, you are using big flat screen OLED TV. I'm telling you, you are using a good phone, good car, you are buying branded clothes. So all these ones are ostentatious or normal goods or superior goods. Since income is what is affecting the demand, we are talking about change in demand, not change in quantity demanded. Because in this case, we are dealing with income of the consumers, not price of the product itself. So income is focusing on change in demand. So A says an outward shift of the demand curve, and B says an inward shift of the demand curve. Since income is increasing and there is an income is dropping, there is an increase in demand for inferior goods. An increase in demand is outward shift. Outward / rightward shift. That is what shows increase in demand. So that will definitely make option A, an outward shift of the demand curve, the correct option. For an inferior good, a decrease in real income leads to an outward shift of the demand curve. That is the correct answer. And here it says a commodity is described as inferior when the dash A, income effect is negative. B, income effect is positive. C, substitution effect is negative. And D, substitution effect is positive. A commodity is said to be inferior when the income effect is negative. Income effect being negative means as income increases, the demand for those goods will drop drastically. So that is income negative. It is inverse of increase in income. And the next question, a rise in income ceteris paribus bring about dash. A rise in income ceteris paribus brings about dash. Ceteris paribus or wherever means all things being equal. So all things being equal, a rise in income will lead to rightward shift or outward shift of the demand curve, because there will be an increase in demand as income increases. If the price of an item increases by 8%, the price increases by 8%, it means percentage change in price is equals 8%. While the quantity demanded falls from 1,500 to 1,492 units, old quantity, the rate at which this marker get finished old quantity is equals 1500, new quantity is equals 1492. Okay, now percentage change in price is this. This is old quantity and this is new quantity. For change in price, we are settled, we have what we need. But for change in quantity, we need to calculate it from here. Percentage change in quantity is equals new quantity 1492 minus old quantity 1500 over old quantity 1500 times 100 over 1. So 1492 minus 1500, I guess that is 8 if I'm correct. So this is 8 over 15 times 100. 2 zeros here cancels 2 zeros here. This is therefore equals 8 over 15. Percentage change in quantity is 8 over 15, and percentage change in price is 8%, which means elasticity of demand is percentage change in quantity demanded, that is 8/15, divided by percentage change in price, that is 8%. This is something like 8/1. So from here, you can divide and get your answer directly. But I'm using a method that will be simple for you if you don't have calculator, especially in post-UTME. So from this guy, this is something as 8/15 times 1/8. Converting division to multiplication, the other side invert. So this is simply 1/15. So elasticity of demand is 1/15, and I guess that should give you 0.0675 if I am correct. So what is the issue now? Since it is lesser than 1, it is inelastic. For inelastic, the elasticity of demand is lesser than 1. So the demand for that product is inelastic. A commodity will be demanded only if dash A. Consumers' income increases. B. It has no close substitutes. C. The price is low. And D. It has utility. A quantity will be demanded only if it has utility. Utility means satisfaction derived from the consumption of a product. So if you are not getting satisfaction, you won't buy a product. You buy particular product to meet particular need or satisfaction. So that is the reason for demand. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of this episode. Not just this episode, to the end of demand. I hope you've gotten as much as you wish to get from the class. And there are other questions you need to play with from this topic, from other topics and other subjects. Simply get the Flashlearners Jamb app, open the app, go to practice for UTME. Then, under subject, choose economics. You can choose any other subject and add to it. You can practice all your subjects at the same time. Then, under here, click on random, and under topic, select demand theory. The app gives you option to answer questions from specific topics. So from there you see all the questions under the theory of demand and elasticity of demand. Mind you, you don't need internet for all that. It runs offline. So that will be so beneficial for you for further studies, and that is your assignment. Ladies and gentlemen, see you in the next episode where we shall be introducing the theory of supply and elasticity of supply.